Okay, this is the homework help for Math 3 Unit 9 Worksheet 5 on cross sections. So we're going to take a look at, start with question number 2. So for question number 2, they want you to draw and describe the cross section. And so what we want to look at always is like, what are the two main shapes that we see initially? So my main shape here is I have a circular base, right? So a circular base. And then we want to look at the main outside shape here, which is rectangular, okay? So we're trying to look at the flattened image and then the bases as well. So the flattened image, the main shape is rectangular, and then here our base shape is circular. So those are the two things that we need to look at. So if I look at slice A, so slice A, it's running parallel to the base, so it's not cutting through the base, it's running parallel to the base. So that means A's cross-section will also be a circle. And so its shape will be matching the shape of the space. Okay, so this cross section right here should match this one right there. Okay, and then if I look at B, so B intersects both bases, so I want to look at the flattened image. And so if I look at the flattened image of B, so it has a cross section here that would match that, which would be rectangular. And so then B would have a rectangle or rectangular shape cross section. Okay. All right, and then let's take a look at number 5. So question number 5. So for this one right here, we have a pyramid. So I want to first look at the main shapes, right? So I have my base right here. Okay. So that base is kind of rectangular there. It's kind of hard to see that one. But it has a rectangular square base, so that piece. And then I want to look at the flattened shape as well. So the flattened shape is kind of a triangle shape, right? So for part A, so A is running parallel to the base, right? Running parallel to the base. And that shape there is a square, so that means it's going to take on that same shape, so it's going to be a square as well. And now B is cutting through, right, cutting through the base, so it's going to take on the basic shape of the flattened image, which is just going to be a triangle. Okay, and then let's take a look at number 6. So we have a snowman. So the base shape here of a snowman is kind of a circle, right? Kind of a circle. And so A is running parallel to the base, so it's going to take on the same shape as that, which is just going to be a circle then. And then B is cutting through the base, so it's going to take on the shape of the flattened image, which in this case is just the snowman itself. So it's going to be, you know, 3 circles kind of stacked on top of each other. So that cross section would be the same as that. And then in terms of describing, we can just say like 3 stacked circles. Okay, and then let's take a look at the other side here. We're going to take a look at 9B. So for 9B, we want to do a solid of revolution. So that means I want to redraw the image down here. So, right, we always want to redraw the image. And so here they want us to go around the y-axis. So this is my y-axis here. So that means the first thing we want to do is we want to reflect it. So I want to take that same picture and I want to do a mirror image across the y. So I want to do a mirror image across the y-axis, so like that. And then this is the part that's spinning, and when it spins it's going to create a circular base. So I always want to give that dimension. So I'm going to draw in my little circle like that, right? Okay. And so now we have to describe that shape, so it's going to create a cone. And then we want to find the volume as well. So to find the volume, we need to find the area of the base. a different color here. So I want to find the area of this base. which is pi r squared because it's a circle. And then the radius I know is 3, so I'm looking up here. So I know that it's 1, 2, 3 units, so I know that it's 3 to here. And let's see, what was the height? The height is 1, 2, so the height is 2. So let me draw 3 and 2 into there. Okay, so I want to find the area of the base, so pi r squared. So my radius is 3. So 3 squared is 9, so it'll be 9 pi and then units squared. Okay, so that's the area of the base. And then for my volume formula, it's 1/3 area of the base times the height. So I'm going to replace b with 9 pi. And then my height was 2. And then just multiply these together. So I'm just going to do 1/3 times 9 times 2. So 1/3 times 9 and then times 2. So that's 6 pi, and then it's units cubed. So then that's going to be my volume. Okay. And then let's take a look at number 12. So for question number 12, we want to draw in the two-dimensional shape that when I spin it, I'll get the different picture. So then I want to create a bell. So to be able to create a bell, so I'm going to spin it around the y-axis. So I need like the piece that's going to create the circle there. And then to get that volume, so something like that. And then I know that I have like that little clapper in there as well. So I'm just going to draw another little piece like that. And that gives me that little clapper. Okay? And that's homework help for worksheet 5.